I'm going to start with special teams. I was thinking last night that we obviously don't know what's going to happen with Ammon, but have you ever had a situation where you would have a new holder, a new long snapper, a new punter, a new kicker, and a new kickoff guy all in the same?
And a new returner.
And a new returner.
So it's not, the thing we don't have is experience.
Right.
And you're not going to get experience till you get in the game. We can put them in, and our job's going to be trying to get them in the toughest positions in August camp, and then try to evaluate the best we can, and then get them to the game and see who can perform. And, I think that's going to be done daily. They're good candidates. They've worked extremely hard this summer, and usually when that happens, you reap the benefits and rewards from hard work. So, I'm excited about it. Our opportunity. I hate it for Ammon in one sense, but one man's trash is but another man's treasure. And we all make choices, and disappointed from that end. But hopefully he can get back with us. And, that's not up to me. It's up to Coach Swinney and those folks. I'm charged with getting who we got on our roster ready, and so we look forward to doing that.
I guess Alex would be the next guy.
Alex and then Christian Grooms has had an opportunity. We've got a couple other non-scholarship kids that are probably going to be out there with us, and once they surface, and then Andy Teasdale is not that bad a kid that has worked since this has happened. Listening to him, he's told me he's worked at it, so I'll be interested to see how he can perform. I've seen him at least perform in a game as a punter, so see how he can perform maybe under that pressure too.
Jim Brown's guy's been around the program for seems like 100 years to me almost. But any worries with him being a?
Not really worried. Jim's got a little bit of experience. He's been here a while. It's his time. He's due, and I expect good things from Jim. He's been a good leader for us this summer. And David Estes is probably behind him, and then we have a couple other kids that will be on the roster that we're developing in the program as well.
What about kickoff?
Kickoff is an area that we, that would be a really, if we just found the guy that was his job, that would be provide, a big lift for us from that standpoint. It'd be interesting to see who's developed that. I would say, in the spring game, I was a little shocked. Christian Grooms kicked one out of the back of the end zone. And so, maybe if you found a guy that could do that job for you and that job only, there's an opportunity for a kid.
Who's the new returner going to be?
This spring we've worked a lot of kids. I'm interested to see some of the young guys. Some of the older guys on kickoff return. DJ Green. I wouldn't be shocked if Wayne Gallman's not back there. I wouldn't be shocked if TJ Green. We've worked extremely hard with early in the spring. Punt returner Benjamin Hopper. It'll be interesting to see some of the young kids, Ray, see some of these kids who has the natural ability to do it. And it really comes down to a lot of times, especially early, is who's going to provide us, first off, with a good decision maker, and then secondly, who's going to possess the ball for us in those situations. And again, we've got to do a good job from that standpoint of putting them in those situations in fall camp.
What can Alex bring to the table, Alex Spence?
Oh, he can bring a lot to the table. He can bring his consistent kicker. He can possibly be our kickoff guy. Both those roles are wide open, and he has a great opportunity to go get that job.
Going to tight ends really quick. How do you see that kind of shaking out? You finally, hopefully you get Milan back, get him healthy, and you'll have some bodies there for the first time in what seems like a while.
Yeah, I'm just excited about it. Last year was such a different year because of injuries, and injuries are part of this game. But by the time we got to the finish line, we were a real match and tight end.
Right.
We're moving Rod Byers with 2 weeks to go to be a tight end for the bowl game against Oklahoma. And so what started out as probably one of our best groups ended up being probably a mass shooting by the end of the year. So hopefully, we can stay relatively healthy this year. Excited about Stanton, Seconder. He's probably our leader, and then Jordan Leggett. He's probably right with him. And then interested to see how Cannon and Milam, after their redshirt year. We've got DJ Greenlee back off a knee injury, and then you got JJ McCullough into the mix, who's prepared himself that way, and then Garrett Williams is the freshman incomer. So excited about his future as well. And then you have Justin Miller, who's a non-scholarship kid who can find maybe a role too for us. So those are the 8 kids that are at our position. And, with that guys, there's a lot of good young talent there. I just look forward to working with them.
Considering everything that's gone on, Stanton being hurt, having to rehab, is there a starter heading into fall camp?
I would say, going into fall camp, it'd probably Jordan or Stanton. Stanton obviously wasn't able to go through spring, so he would probably give, Jordan that nod because he finished spring. But I don't know that there's a clear-cut starter. I would probably lean towards right now just to put down on paper to be Jordan.
JJ, have you been able to talk to him or kind of gauge what he's like since all this has happened?
I've talked to him quite a bit, but hopefully, all that's behind him, and he's moved on, and hopefully he can put